Hi, this is Artifacts of Mars. Part 1 of this video will deal with electronic harassment. Part 2 will deal with the possibility of alien abduction. Let's get right down to it. I don't have a lot of time. This phone is track phone LG 500. They say you can use it for the web. Don't bother. If you have one of these, don't bother trying to use it for the web. It's useless for that. But useful for a phone at least. About a week ago, a little over a week ago, I noticed that the hands-free feature was on. I never use it. I never plug it in because it doesn't interest me. I would rather have it turned off when I'm driving because it's safest that way. Well, I tried to find a way to turn it off. Couldn't turn it off. So I contacted Track Phone. I already know that Track Phone hires foreigners to handle their calls. And of course you get this thick Mexican accent that it's tough to get through and you can't understand them and they can't understand you. Meaningless customer service. But they sent me a email saying, call us. And I sent them back. I said, I can't call you because the thing won't work. Don't you even bother reading your emails. Well, they sent me back the same exact email. So, that was useless. No customer service there. Anyway, later in the day, after the thing had aggravated my brother no end by calling the first number, see, I was trying to plug in the hands-free thing in hopes it would clear it. And every time I did, it called my brother instead of doing what it should have done. I'm going to have to clear all my personal information off it. But later in the day, like I said, somebody was tinkering with it remotely. I'm quite certain it wasn't Track Phone who was tinkering with it. They were turning that feature on and off, and it was just doing all sorts of bizarre stuff. Well, cut to this week, the same type of thing was happening, I didn't have a hands-free problem. But I was still calling my brother, it just went totally berserk. Somebody has hacked it, and is calling on it, and that really burns me up. That's electronic harassment. Make no mistake. No, I'm not hearing voices in my head or anything like that. Don't worry about that. I know we just got through this episode with that criminal in Washington, D.C. who shot up the Naval Yard. He said he heard voices, but he should have been arrested and been sent to the pokey long ago because he fired a gun through his ceiling or something and almost hit somebody. At any rate, I don't hear voices or anything like that, but this is electronic harassment. And I want to give Coast to Coast AM and Ground Zero credit for dealing with these subjects because the mainstream alphabet media is rather useless. ABC, NBC, CBS, and CNN. People are in the know that CNN's newscasts are nothing more than a theatrical performance. Look up Richard Jaco on that. So I think this may actually be related to my second subject, which is what I'm going to deal with. I'm going to cut away, and I'm going to show the scratches that I have on my right shin. This isn't the first time by any means. I used to get scratches all the time on my back. More like abrasions. We'll cut away and I'll get back to you. Hello, what you're seeing here is scratches on my right shin that seem to have appeared from out of nowhere. I haven't done anything lately that could have caused this. I don't have any pets. I don't have anything that I can account for this. And before anybody starts with me, No, bed bugs cannot inflict this type of injury. Bed bugs have piercing, sucking mouth parts, and they simply don't cause this type of injury. Hope you can see it. That's it for the video. This is real. Something is happening, and I don't know what. And people need to come forward and show others what they have going on. These are called scoop marks, in case anybody doesn't know. That's about it. That's all the time I have for today. The rest will be on video. Okay. So by now you've seen the video with the scratches on my right shin. I didn't cause these. I'm going to shoot down the top 3 explanations that I get. Almost every time. Explanation number 1. Coil spring mattress. Coil strings poking through, scratching my leg. Wrong. I have an air mattress. That shoots that one down right away. You think I wouldn't check this? Well, I didn't check it because I have an air mattress, but that's a side point. 2. Cat scratches. Wrong again. Anybody who objectively looks at these scratches and realizes these aren't cat scratches. Because cats have several claws that are right together, right? And they'll leave about 3 or 4 scratches, I don't know how many, side by side parallel. These scratches are not parallel, they're not close together. So a sharp-eyed observer would not even think about that. The explanation doesn't even fit. And I don't have a cat in any event, or any other critters. So, number 3 is bed bugs. Wrong. Bed bugs are parasitic. They have piercing, sucking mouth parts. They suck your blood. They're incapable of making that kind of injury. And there are no other insects or arachnids here in western New York that are incapable of causing that kind of injury. So, I don't have an explanation, but I have had dreams in the past, dreams of UFOs and aliens and such. And lots of times those dreams have coincided with these marks on me. Rather unusual to have them on my shin, but not that unusual, I suppose. Like I said, I didn't bang my shin on anything. The worst thing I was doing over the weekend, I was wearing long pants. So I was picking apples. I've been picking them and putting them away in my freezer. You know, I stew them and put them away for future use. Good stuff. But the point here is, there's no so-called reasonable explanation that I can find. I'm not sleepwalking, and there's nothing on my bed that could have caused this. Yet my right shin is all scratched up. And it's not the first time. Last time I had a major event like this was when the night Curiosity landed, and for the first time I was able to track down when and where this was happening. Because when Curiosity landed, I was having trouble sleeping, and I finally went to bed about 3 a.m. when I started getting groggy, and I didn't have the scratches before then. Well, I got up about 6:30 in the morning, and I did have scratches on my left shoulder blade. So sometime in that 3.5 hour time period or so, something happened to me. And I didn't do it. I was fully clothed. You know, I had clothes on, and they would have prevented anything like that, even if I had been sleepwalking, which don't. I've already ruled out sleepwalking. I used a unique method. I took some of that crepe paper you get in the dime store and I strung it across my hallway to see if I was walking past it or anything, but I wasn't. So I've ruled out sleepwalking, somnambulance. But years ago I learned about the alien abduction scenario and how people were getting these scoop marks on them, and many people reported alien contact being taken on board spaceships and things. And while we're on the subject, we had this relatively new thing that people are talking about. The friendship case started in Italy in 1950s and lasted for 2 decades. Look it up. Friendship, UFO, Italy, and you'll find it. Supposedly, just thousands of people interacted with these beings in Italy and many other countries as well. It's called the friendship case. Look it up. So I think we have a solid basis for the alien abduction scenario. And I certainly have had the scoop marks. I don't have any conscious recollection of ever dealing with aliens, however. My dreams have been relatively mundane lately, but in the past they have included like standing out in a flat area where I'm looking up in the sky and the UFOs come over. That kind of thing. So I'm convinced there is something going on with the alien abduction scenario. But what your government wants you to believe is that it's all BS. So we get these unethical scientists. I'm going to get a little off track here, but it's worth it. We get these unethical scientists who will sit there and proclaim that it's this thing called sleep paralysis. Now, sleep paralysis is a strange phenomenon. You're kind of half awake, half asleep, and you can't move. And it is a very strange phenomenon, I'll grant you. But I've always known once I got out of it that it wasn't real. But the scientists just blame alien abduction on this, and they don't do any science to back it up. See, what they need to do is you need to get a few thousand volunteers first. You get 1,000 volunteers who claim that they are experiencers and agree to be monitored when they sleep. You get 1,000 volunteers who frequently have sleep paralysis. And the reason you do that for a control group, right? And you get 1,000 volunteers, for instance, who don't seem to have any sleep disorders at all. You run the comparisons between the 3 groups. You gotta do it over and over again. You keep the all 3 groups under video surveillance with their permission, of course. And then you see what happens when the experiencers have their experiences. Are they taken away? Or are they lying there the whole time and having the same brainwave patterns and stuff that sleep paralysis people do? You see, that's real science. That's what should be done. But they're taking a known phenomenon, sleep paralysis, and they're blaming alien abduction on it. That's not fair. That's not science. That's not right, and it's not ethical. And these scientists should lose their qualifications for acting like that. That's my opinion. But in any event, those are the things that I've got going on. I'm not a happy camper right now, I can tell you that much. But the reason I'm doing this video is that people need to come forward about their experiences. Now, you're going to be raked over the coals by the debunkers. Because the debunkers, like I said, will try to find every single damn last kook burger explanation they can, and they expect you to believe it. Like, for instance, in my case, the springs coming through the mattress, which is NA, not applicable. They try to come up with explanations. They don't ask you, okay, what type of mattress do you have? Have you checked for bed bugs, which doesn't even apply, actually. I shouldn't even say that, but, you know, you gotta do some Q&A. This is the point. They don't even do that. They just proclaim this is the cause or that's the cause. That's not science, it's not right, and it's not ethical. It's like with the Mars photos. I've shown so many plants. There are whole fields full of plants in Mars photos. And Curiosity, in some cases. There's whole fields full of them. I get the same explanation every time. Rocks. Ah, are those fields full of emeralds or something? I don't think so. But these people are crazy. They are mentally ill. You know, when you do an hour and a half research and somebody says, rocks, that person is mentally ill. I'm not a psychobabbler, but a psychobabbler actually diagnose them. But I don't need to be a psychobabbler to realize that person is a kook burger. Alright. So in summary, you need to get out and report these things. When you get these scoop marks, look up the term scoop marks, and you get them on you, show the world, as long as they're not in a private spot. Mine aren't in a private spot, so I don't have to worry about that. I show the video. Get out there, show it to people, let them know what's going on with you. Don't be shy. We cannot allow the debunkers to win and silence us. If they silence us because we're afraid to talk about this, then they win. They aren't terrorists, but they're not ethical people. They're very bad people who don't want truth to come out. They don't want people even talking about the truth. So I'm Artifacts of Mars. If you're experiencing this stuff, document as much as you can. Put it on YouTube, put it on disclosed.tv, and show the world what's going on. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much.